announce a slate. We haven't done it now for 4 years or so. But we did a big event at the El Capitan Theater, I think it was 4 years ago.
2014,
yeah. Where we announced, I can't remember exactly, but 10 movies maybe? Mm-hmm. And I did a little Q&A with press afterwards. Mm-hmm. The first 5 questions were, what about this character? What about this other character? Well, what about this movie? And I thought, well, wait a minute. We just announced 10 or whatever it was, new movies. Isn't that enough? And what's amazing is no,
it's not.
It's not enough.
There's a huge appetite,
which goes to how many great characters there are in these comics.
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of them. I can't remember what the official word is of 8,000 characters or 10,000. Could they all be movies? No, of course not. But could 100? Maybe. And so many different types. That's why the Earthbound stories that we've done, getting to a cosmic space was always very important to me. I'm a big fan of science fiction and outer space movies, which now we've done. The supernatural side, metaphysical side of things with the Doctor Strange universe, and there's still others that we haven't tapped into yet in terms of genre plays, which is what we always like to do. So there's lots there. The notion of the characters that had previously been under a Fox agreement coming back is great. Number one, it's nice when a company that created all these characters can have access to all those characters. It's unusual not to. Mm-hmm. Marvel's been in a unique position to not have access to the characters in a long time. And for me, going full circle to our conversation, that's where I started. Mm-hmm. That's where I started. Almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. But in terms of actually thinking about it and actually planning things, we haven't started that yet. But we've been told it's looking very good and could happen in the first 6 months of next year.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the future of the MCU. So as you would have heard in the clip before I played when this video actually started, Kevin Feige did a podcast interview with Variety and he basically confirmed that the X-Men are finally coming to the MCU, but it's not as simple and it's not as easy as what everyone is implying. So the Fox Disney deal isn't done yet, but according to industry insider experts, they're expecting the deal to finalize in most places in January next year, but not everywhere. In order for Disney to purchase an acquisition of Fox, every country in the world needs to agree to the terms and conditions of the sale of Fox. Now this isn't just so Disney can get the likes of Wolverine, X-Men, Deadpool back. No, this is for the largest scale of things for the Disney streaming service, but there's a lot of issues with the actual contract negotiations because everyone needs to agree, and it literally will be a monopoly when Disney own Fox. So it's recently been reported that the deal is very, very close, and obviously if they are to buy it, they will have to sell off things like ESPN and ABC, or else they'd literally own too much. So Kevin Feige, who's in charge of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, spoke to Variety and went about talking about the Fox-owned characters, and it's looking pretty cool actually. It's a lot sooner than most people actually thought. So he says this: we've been told it's looking very, very good. It could happen in the first 6 months of next year. Feige confirmed to Variety the notion of the characters coming back is great. It's nice when a company that created all these characters can have access to all of these characters. It's an unusual not to be in terms of actually thinking about it and actually planning things, as we haven't started that yet. I mean, personally, I think it's a bit of a lie, because legally speaking, Kevin Feige can't go on record and say, yes, they know how they're going to introduce the Fantastic Four. They know how they're going to introduce the X-Men, because pen's not done. So legally, they can't say that. And he went on to say that they haven't been given the green light to start using the characters such as the X-Men, the Fantastic Four in the MCU, but he's expecting that to come way before 2020. The next X-Men movie is called Dark Phoenix, which will come out on June the 7th of 2019, which is going to be quite interesting because when they can officially start working with the project is literally when the press junket for the next X-Men movie will actually start. And obviously Fox will still be distributing that movie. The studio's had some huge success with obviously Deadpool 1, not so much with the Deadpool 2. So realistically, are we going to see any of the X-Men massively show up in Avengers Endgame? No, but it is really fascinating that now we could officially see confirmation of the first X-Men or first Fantastic Four movie under the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And as, I don't know if you actually listened to the whole interview, it was about 55 minutes long. He went on to speak. He really couldn't say much, but he says the cosmic side is going to be a massive deal. And it's very interesting how, although it's just Marvel, they have explored many different ways. So I've seen many websites, many videos about the X-Men being in Avengers 4. Realistically, could this happen? Pretty much it's under 5% of actually happening, but you never know. There was that secret deal to have obviously Brad Pitt playing the Vanisher in Deadpool 2 was a last minute thing. So when I say they could have a last minute deal for an X-Men character, obviously Charles could be the person to lead the X-Men. There could be a post-credit scene. A lot of people rubbish it off and say it's clickbait. Well, not really, because this realistically could have happened before the Fox-Disney merger was agreed, and obviously before they went through the process of going to every country. So realistically, there could be an X-Men stinger or Fantastic Four sting. I mean, the fact that Deadpool's already had its PG-13 in America is kind of like a test run for Deadpool in the MCU. So it does signal to a lot of critics and people unlike me that in the future Deadpool will be part of the MCU. As sad as it actually is, it is also good. But from what Kevin Feige says is they're not really saying a lot. He's only realistically said the next official movie after Avengers Endgame is Spider-Man Far From Home. And literally, that is it. Although there is the Eternals movie, there's the Black Widow project, there's Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is obviously delayed due to James Gunn leaving the project, well, getting fired. Officially, there's only Far From Home, but he said there's a lot of things going on that he's not allowed to say. So officially, Wolverine isn't going to be replaced anytime soon by Keanu Reeves. That's doing the tracks. I've seen some YouTube videos about Keanu Reeves being an ex-X-Men, being an ex-Wolverine. No, that's not going to happen. They're not going to replace Hugh Jackman. I don't think Kevin Feige is the kind of person to replace the X-Men really fast, because what you gotta understand is the X-Men Dark Phoenix movie is still coming out. So they're not going to replace any of the characters in that movie until after that movie has technically finished its cinema run, because that movie would kind of come under Disney in some long-winded explanation, because if they are buying Fox like they are buying Fox, Dark Phoenix technically could be perceived as the first Disney X-Men movie, although that's not what's really going on. So are we going to see Wolverine in the next Avengers 4 movie? No. Could it happen? Yes. Is there much to break down? No. But it is cool that Kevin Feige is talking about it and has been told that in the first 6 months of 2019, up to halfway into that is when he's predicting when they can officially start talking about it. So it's obviously so clear that Kevin Feige has plans. He knows exactly how they're going to introduce the X-Men. And like we suggested on this channel before, the quantum realm, there's so many ways they can already introduce the X-Men. Obviously, we've got Scarlet Witch, Wanda, who's a mutant technically, and Quicksilver. There's so many ways they can explain where the X-Men have been and where the Fantastic Four have been. The quantum realm could actually be the answer to everything. So guys, let me know in the comments down below, how would you introduce the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and Deadpool? So we will be doing the giveaway for the Hasbro Infinity Gauntlet on New Year's Eve. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel. Let me know on Twitter. You followed me on Twitter at Warstu, and then I will enter you into that very expensive giveaway for this channel. And also, if you do want to enter the giveaway that we do on this channel for either the Venom, Deadpool Super Duper 2, Infinity War, or Ant-Man and the Wasp, all you got to do is comment down below who is your favorite superhero and why. And then you'll be entered into them competitions. So like I always say, guys, thanks for all the love, the support on the channel this year, which has been awesome. We've gone from 5,000 subscribers all the way up to 55,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Let me know down below, who would you love for them to introduce during Avengers Endgame if they could. I'd love to see Doctor Doom or Galactus just randomly appear, or an Easter egg, because technically at this point they would own them characters realistically when Avengers 4 does come out, and they could easily edit a post-credit scene or edit a little teaser anywhere in this movie. If anyone tells you different, well, honestly, you don't understand how these things work. Like I said, there could be a massive secret deal done months, if not years ago for this, as they have been building up for this for many years. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.